Yesterday was kind of tedious. We didn't get a ton done, but we also got a lot done. It just seemed like we were gonna get more done going into it. Well, we're again taking advantage of another nap time. We have a little bit of free time right now, so we picked up some of this wall texture the other day when we were doing all the other little stuff around the house. And then I think we remember, you could probably show them above there, we patched the ceilings. We pretty much have this all smoothed out the way we want it. And there's another one over there you probably can't see, and then there's the one in the other room. So we have a texture gun, but it makes a mess, and it's also pretty hard to spray the ceiling. So we just picked up a can of this like knockdown wall texture. Figured we would try this out, probably make it a little bit easier. So we need to hit all those spots. I think there's 4 around the house. There's actually 5, there's one upstairs too.
It seems like we missed one somewhere.
I know, yeah. So we're gonna do that, and this room is a disaster because we pretty much
put all of our working tools and stuff in here.
Everything just got shoved in here.
So that the rest of the house could be livable.
Yeah, but I think we're at the point where we're ready to just like be able to fully move in. So what we're gonna do today, we want to use this room for painting, right? Like to like keep the mess to a minimum in the rest of the house. So we're gonna clean up the saw and stuff because we're not gonna be able to use that in here once we start doing the flooring. And then we're gonna, I think, clean up this baseboard, maybe start painting those doors, the door trim.
Yep.
And I don't know what everybody else thinks, but these are the doors that were in the house, like everywhere. And they're just like cheap hollow core, like old
More of an
school.
older style.
Yeah, and you tried painting one of them upstairs, right?
Yeah, I think
it's in the girls' room.
Did we move it? That's right,
room.
yeah.
So she had to help put like 2 coats on the corner of the door, and it was still like pretty much transparent. And the paint's actually, I don't know if anybody's bought paint lately, but it is like gone way up in price.
Super expensive.
So the paint for like baseboard trim and like doors is like probably what, like I think it's like $70 a gallon. So I think what we decided to do is instead of spending a bunch of money like priming these and painting them, we're just gonna get new doors, right? But we're gonna have to do them little by little because we're kind of, like we said before, out of budget. So I think we're gonna replace this door and the pantry door and then the bathroom door, right?
Yep.
And we're gonna start with that. But for today, I don't know where I was going with that.
I'm not sure either. I'm just explaining probably what we're doing today.
I think that's what I was gonna say is we have the doors over there. We're probably just gonna throw that one out in the hallway for now. But the closet doors we're gonna keep, right? So we'll prime those today, and then probably paint the white one. And then we're gonna leave this door like it is.
Just pretty much paint. No, because we just wanted to try to get rid of a lot. There was a lot of brown in the house, so we're just trying to kind of.
Yeah, and then once we have those spots patched, that's what it is. We can paint the ceiling in here.
Yep.
Paint the walls in here, so we're just gonna start chipping away at that.
Try to get this room knocked out.
Yeah, probably this week we'll work on painting and try to capture all that stuff. So let's, I guess, get to work. All
Sounds good.
All right. Spot here, and we were just kind of discussing what we want to do, right? And we have in each of these doors we have all this gold hardware. So we were kind of thinking maybe what we'll do is we'll take apart these doors and do the same thing, right? Just spray paint the hardware, try to spray paint it black, save a little bit of money, and then we saw a way we could paint these with a sprayer where we'll just put a couple of pieces of wood on the bottom and a couple of pieces on the top. We can lean them up against the wall. We'll hit them with the sprayer because that seems like the most efficient way to get inside these little like louvers, right? I mean,
That's our hope.
Yeah.
You could always go back with a brush and touch up the,
Yeah, so we'll do that. Unfortunately, all the doors, I think, most of them are a little bit different, so we'll just have to maybe bag everything and mark them in the bags. But aside from that, I think that's the plan. So we'll maybe clean the rest of this corner out and then set up our doors there and just spray them right here. That should work. So let's do that. right, well, we're gonna try to make another attempt at this.
Took a little break because.
Yeah. Well, Chantel fell in a hole.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what happened. So we have this little vent here, right? And Chantel was recording me as we started this little piece of the project. She stepped back and we had a canvas tarp, because this vent was leaking a ton of air. So she steps back, falls in the hole, right?
Straight down.
Vent breaks out. So she took a little break, and then I decided I'll grab these pliers. I left the evidence here. I'll grab these pliers and I'll pull that guy up, put a couple screws in there, which we did, put a couple screws. If you guys can see it, I'm not sure. Well, the pliers popped loose, hit me right in the face, gave myself a black eye. So at that point we decided, you know what?
I had a giant bruise on my leg.
She had a giant bruise on her leg. We just took a little break. So I think we watched football that day and just chilled out. So either way, we're back again. We're gonna get started.
Yep.
And pick up where we left off. Thing we talked about doing here too, just to kind of like save a little bit of money and try to retain the same hardware that these doors came with, is we took all the hardware off the doors and we put them on this 2x4 here. And so the idea was we'll take some more of our rattle can special and see if we can spray this stuff down. And you know, these hinges individually probably aren't that much, but we were just kind of like concerned if we try to get, you know, something to replace them, we might spend a bunch of money and they might not fit the same. So we're gonna try this first and see how it works. It's the next day here. So Yesterday was kind of tedious. We didn't get a ton done, but we also got a lot done. It just seemed like we were gonna get more done going into it. These doors, we got them all painted. They came out really good with the sprayer. One like thick coat seemed to do it, and that ate up about, I think, a gallon, actually a full gallon of this paint. So the doors are done, and then from there, they took a long time to dry, even though it was pretty warm yesterday. I think it's just that type of paint takes quite a while to dry. So then last night, we had some other stuff going on, but we tried to get some of this lineup, like edging done, whatever you want to call it. So we got started on that. I got to finish up the tops today, so that's what I'm going to do today. We don't have a ton of time to work on things today. I'm going to try to just get the rest of this room edged out and then hopefully rolled out too. So tomorrow's actually a holiday for us, but the kids still have school. So we're going to try to get this room painted so that we can get the flooring knocked out tomorrow. So that's the goal. Let's see how it goes. Well, we got our little outline done. I ran out of space on the camera, so cut it out a little bit early, but I'm gonna keep chipping away here. We got all these, wow, this is really close. All these edges done. I got everything prepped. Should be able to roll it out pretty quick. And keep going. That was close. All right, well, we got this room pretty much knocked out as far as the paint goes. I'm not sure. I think we're gonna put 2 more lights in, right? Is that what the plan is? Chantel thinks we don't need any more lights. I feel like now that we painted it this gray color, obviously it's a little darker because there are all these weird doors like kind of blocking the light, but I think it's a little too dark in here, so I think we're gonna put 2 more lights in. We had already kind of accounted for them before. It's easier to do it now that the floor is not in yet. So I'll probably work on that either tonight or this week sometime. We're kind of on another deadline, right?
Always.
Always, yeah. We have a birthday party for our daughter in a couple weeks, so we have a couple families coming over to hang out with us, and we're hoping to get at least this room done. What else?
The bathroom, half bath.
And then the half bath, which will probably be a whole separate video. We're gonna try to knock out that half bath in like 2 or 3 days, which I don't think is that big of a deal because we'll show you guys later, but we already have the toilet out, the flooring out, so we just have to put a little bit of flooring in. We're gonna pull the vanity, put a new vanity in, put a new toilet in, paint, I think, and then that's it, easy peasy.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah, so that's the plan. Aside from that, I think we're pretty much done for today. I did want to grab this though. So we got a package here. Try not to show my address. For some floor vents, because our old vents were kind of jacked up. They were all like bent, right?
Yeah, old and
They're just bent and ugly. They were like brown. We thought about spray painting them, but then they were still bent, so we were kind of like, that seems kind of lame for us to paint them and then not use them. Well, I mean, that'd be all ugly looking, right? Okay, so we got these guys. Fancy, very plain looking, nothing special. So why don't we try and pop one of these in real fast? We'll do a little sidebar project.
so nobody else falls in it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And I guess we just put this. I think it just like clamps it in there so it doesn't pop out. Ooh. All right, let me pop the other 4 in and then we'll check back in a second. Okay, we got them all in. So I think all it does is just kind of like provide that little bit of thickness to catch this thing. So what do you think? You want this guy on this side or that side? Doesn't really matter, does it?
I don't think so.
We'll do it like that. Not that it matters. And I think just by pressure, that guy goes in. There we go. We can open it, close it. Fancy. So, vent covers unlimited. We'll throw a link in the description, you know, in case anybody else wants to check them out. Came with extra screws too, which is pretty nice.
That is nice.
1 down, 3 to go. 4 to go.